What the hell is going on, guys? Is Wargaming really working on making this game better? What a bombshell indeed, isn't it? Because seems like they're actually working on all those goals they mentioned in their plans for the 2019 article. Exactly 2 days ago we received our brand new matchmaker, or actually improved matchmaker with some new templates and a new system which should make you being less on the bottom of the food chain in every single battle. So now you can actually be top tier vehicle as well every once in a while, and so far, according to my comment section at least, and according to my experience, I think in the 20 battles I was bottom tier, like in 357 matchmaking, I was bottom tier 3 times. So 17 times I had either +-1 matchmaking, which for most of my vehicles is actually my favorite matchmaking, and I had some really interesting matchmaking templates. But I have to say, so far for me it is working, it is an improvement, and according to my comment section where I asked how this new matchmaking is treating you guys, I would say 80% had really positive feedback to say. And I do not want to jinx anything, so but World of Tanks, at the moment at least, it feels like it is in really good place and it is moving in the right direction. They are working on the artillery. Yeah, maybe it is not perfect. They are working on the matchmaking. Yes, it is not perfect, but it is an improvement at least. And today we are going to talk about excluding maps, blacklisting maps. This is yet another feature which community has been asking for years, literally for years. So they are actually working on the game, they are improving it, and keep it up. Of course, we are far away from playing the perfect World of Tanks, the perfect gaming experience for all the tiers, for all the players. At the moment I am the most worried about the new players experience, because what is happening at lower tiers in tier 5s, all the artilleries, like overpowered artilleries. Let's get it right, those arties in tier 5 are freaking overpowered. And some of the tank balancing as well, like OI. This could be kinda frustrating for all the newer players, and I have actually heard quite nasty stories how people are playing the game up to tier 5 and they are done with it. Like completely done with it. So as I said, we are not playing the perfect World of Tanks at the moment, but for once seems like it, feels like it at least, that we are heading in the right direction. So Wargaming, please keep it up. So today let's talk about yet another new feature which is going to be here with update 1.5. Excluded maps, the first details. So let's have a look at this article which was released yesterday, blacklisting maps. One of the most commonly requested features is the ability to avoid a particular map in matchmaking. Yes, I remember many topics, many forum topics about this requested feature, like 5 years ago even already. When Malinovka, when Prokhorovka, all those maps were super bad and really annoying to play. We are pleased to announce that we are rolling out such a feature in update 1.5. Okay, so we do not know how many 1.4.x patches we are going to get, but this is going to be here with update 1.5. Now, you will be able to block one map of your choice and avoid it in the matchmaking queue. Now this has raised some questions already. You will be able to block one map. At the moment, at least, seems like you are only able to blacklist one map. I hope, I think so at least, that they are going to do only one map to see how the system works and so on. Because we have to think about when World of Tanks 1.0 was released, many old maps which were not worked into the HD quality yet got removed. So our map base, our map pool in this game is not as big as it used to be. So this is why they kinda try to save this new matchmaking by allowing us to block only one map. Because if many players, if let's say all the player base is able to and like is able to block, let's say, 4 maps from the map pool, or even 3 maps in the map pool, then it would really hurt the matchmaking with the current World of Tanks map pool which we have in the game. So I kinda understand why they only added 1 map. But in my opinion, to add up to 3 maps would be a bit too much maybe, so taking all that into account, map pool, matchmaking and stuff like that, I think if we would be able to block 2 maps, it would be okay. But let's test it out with 1 map. It is something at least, it is a start. So how will it work? With the release of this feature, we will have to make some additional tweaks to the matchmaker. Understandable. This will ensure that you won't get matched on your blocked map under any circumstances. Okay. This is why you are able to block maps and ban maps. The excluded maps feature will only be available for standard battles and not for assault or encounter battles. Now this actually raised some alarm bells. Because, let's say, one of the most hated maps while you are playing with a top tier vehicle, like tier 10 vehicle, tier 9 tank, is mines. And one of the most unbalanced maps plus game modes is mines encounter battle. Because of the starting positions, one side has so much easier time to get up on the hill. And if you are up on the hill, if you are dominating, controlling the hill in the middle of the map, you pretty much win the game. 80+% of the times on mines. So this raised some alarm bells for me, but I have to be honest with you guys, assault and both assault and encounter game modes are disabled for me. I only enjoy standard battles at the moment at least. So for me it doesn't make any difference, but for many of you guys this actually might be kind of annoying, because let's say you block mines, you blacklist mines, but you are still able to see encounter mines, which doesn't make any sense. So just the one thing to keep in mind. The feature will only work when playing with tier 4 vehicles or higher. Okay, understandable, because from tier 1 to tier 4 it really doesn't matter which map it is anyway. And will be disabled for all 3 Grand Battle maps, Klondike, Nebelberg and Hinterland. Finally, if you wish to block a different map, you will have to wait at least 4 hours to pass, since you banned the previous one. So how I am going to take it is, before I jump into the action, for example, let's say I feel like playing with medium tanks and light tanks and wheel vehicles today, then I am going to ban something like Ents, for example. If I feel like grinding with heavy tanks or playing with heavy tanks, or if I have anything to grind with heavy tanks, then I am either going to block, I think, Prokhorovka, which I hate, completely hate. This is my most hated map, but with heavy tanks. I love it with light tanks, for example, yeah, and wheeled vehicles. This is the best light tank and wheeled vehicle map, Prokhorovka, or one of the best. But I hate it with heavy tanks, then I am going to block Prokhorovka if I have something to grind with heavy tanks, for example. Yeah, Prokhorovka is 10 times worse than Malinovka. So this is how I am going to look at this thing over here. You have to wait 4 hours to pass since you banned the previous one. Nice. So how will this feature work for platoons? The feature will be available only to platoon creators. The other platoon members' excluded maps will be overridden by the platoon creators' map list as long as they are part of that platoon. Now, the other platoon members' excluded maps, so let's say 2 members, 2 maps, will be overridden by the platoon creators' map list. Now this map list actually throws me off a bit. Can platoon creator ban more maps than 1 while they're in the platoon? I don't think so, because this would actually F up the matchmaking even more. I think so, at least. So I think the platoon creator can still only choose 1 map, and this is effective for the entire platoon. Yeah, we are still working on the concept, so this feature may change significantly in the future. Okay, so this is the key thing over here. They're testing it one map at a time, and if we get more maps, if our World of Tanks map base gets bigger, map pool gets bigger, we may be able to block more than simply one map. We would also like to hear your suggestions, so feel free to ask your questions and share your feedback. And the forum has actually been kinda active, 10 pages already, so let's quickly see what people have to say. Goodbye, Dragon Ridge. Dragon Ridge? What the fuck? That was removed like 4 years ago or something like that. Dragon Ridge. Yeah, that was removed like 4 years ago. Let's see. Dragon Ridge. What? Yep. What the hell are you talking about, buddy? Anyway, moving on. Goodbye, Paris. Yes, Paris is also one of the most hated maps in this game. Wargaming, it's taken some time, but you are really getting your shit together. Yes, first matchmaking and now this. Keep up the good job. Indeed. No more mines. Comarin. Goodbye, Dragon. Like, am I missing something over here? Or is Dragon Ridge in the game? No, it isn't. Bye bye airfield, or maybe I'm just doing one Jingles moment over here. Bye bye airfield, confused, what to block, Ensk, Paris, Minsk. Okay, Minsk, I actually like Minsk. Maybe I'm the only one. It is in isolation, but still would have loved it more if it was the other way around, that we could select maps to be in the rotation a little more. Okay, so this would make the queue time and matchmaker way too complicated, in my opinion. This thing I like. Okay, seems like community likes it so far, at least. Hallelujah, bye bye Paris. I do not want to get copyrighted. Okay, just in case, I'm not going to play it more. I do not want to get copyrighted. The community will be unhappy anyway. No sense to do such tools for players. What is the product of unhappy producers for unhappy customers? Yeah, this is what I want them to change. Wargaming, work as hard as you can to make your player base, your community, your customers happy again. I would actually like to spend money, but I would like to spend money on the game which I love, which I enjoy, which I like truly enjoy, if you know what I mean. That's a step forward for Wargaming. Great job with this idea. So this was just page number 2. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please let me know what you think about this new feature. Are you happy with it? Maybe you do not care at all. Let me know. Let's have a little discussion going in the comment section as always. You guys are awesome. I wish you the best weekend ever. It is Friday, so hooray. I get you next time with something else. Stay awesome, take care, and bye, Reno.